coming in today.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. So I sent you a little bit of a welcoming package, and you've gone through the informed consent as well as the PAR-Q Plus, which is basically a medical or a way of us clearing you medically to participate in physical activity. Did you have any questions about those?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, we can go over them further as we continue through this process. But for today, I just wanted to gather a little bit more information about you as well as your physical fitness level as is now and see kind of why you've contacted me. So I guess if you were to make a general statement, what would you want to improve? Why would you like me to help you?
Well, I'd like to compete in bodybuilding, so I'm trying to improve my conditioning and lose some extra body fat to slim down a little bit for my competition.
Okay, sounds great. What do you like about your current fitness level now?
I feel fairly strong, and cardiovascularly, I feel not too bad. I know there's some room for improvement, but generally feel pretty healthy right now and strong. Okay,
so if you were to say you have an area that you'd like to improve on, is it your cardiovascular fitness?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll probably get to this a little bit later, but right now, what do you do for cardio exercise?
I do HIIT and steady state. I kind of alternate between the two.
Okay. How many days per week altogether?
Every day I train, so about 5 days a week for approximately 20 minutes a day. Warm up and cool down included.
So you would do, say, 2 days of one and then 3 of the other?
Yeah.
Awesome. I've collected your personal information here up to you and including your emergency contact. Is there any medications that you take that I should be aware of?
Symbicort for my asthma.
Okay, and asthma, is this induced by exercise or is it there all the time?
Exercise and allergy induced.
And do you find that it comes on frequently or is it less frequent?
No, it's not too bad. It's with my medication, it's pretty regulated.
Okay, and you're well controlled. You're aware of how it affects you.
Yep.
Excellent. Do you have any allergies?
No. Not seasonal allergies.
Seasonal, okay. Medical history. Have you had any surgeries or medical conditions that might affect you physically?
I had shoulder surgery.
Okay, which shoulder?
My right shoulder. And that was about 5 years ago.
5 years. And how do you feel now?
Not too bad. It feels a little unstable with free weights sometimes, with heavy free weights, but I usually accommodate that by using a machine to help stabilize my shoulder.
Excellent. You find the machine helps quite a bit with that stability?
Yeah.
And then have you tried using, say, lighter weights to help build those stabilizer muscles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on here. Why would you say that these changes are important to you? The increased cardio and then leaning down, is it solely for the bodybuilding competition?
No, I'd like to do it to be more healthy as well. I've put on quite a bit of weight trying to develop muscle, and now I need to kind of get rid of that and get back to a healthy cardiovascular level.
Okay, so do you feel that your increased weight has affected your day-to-day living?
Yeah.
In what ways?
It takes more energy to move around, and I feel out of breath sometimes when I go upstairs or walk quickly even, so to continue to improve upon that would be good.
Okay. It's good to have, in my opinion, I think it's good to have a couple reasons to reach a goal, and that will help motivate and keep you going. What activities do you currently participate in? Is it, you mentioned the HIIT and the steady state. What other types of activities do you do? Any cycling or?
No, I go, I walk with my kids quite a bit, walk to playgrounds and stuff like that, but that's about it.
That's about it. And then other gym workouts, mostly weightlifting?
Yeah.
Okay. No specific sports?
No.
How many kids do you have?
2.
Any pets?
I have a cat. Yes.
Oh, okay. So does he play fetch in the backyard with you, or?
No, he's pretty useless.
It's not like walking a dog.
No, he doesn't like his leash.
And what do you do for work?
I'm a project manager for an electrical company, so I sit behind a desk now.
Now, how long have you been sitting for?
A year and a half. I used to be an electrician out in the field.
Okay, so do you feel that life change has made a significant difference in your health?
Yeah, the sitting all day gets to me. Makes it tough. Yeah.
Would you say that you sit for the entirety of your workday?
No, I have a standing desk, so I try and at least 50-50 stand and sit.
Okay.
And I try and get up and walk around the office at least once an hour.
Okay, that's helpful. It's definitely good to get moving like that. That's a good sign that you are aware of what the sitting does to you.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. If you could describe your average weekday, we kind of touched on it already with your work, but what does a weekday look like for you?
I'm usually up by 6 or 6:30, at work by 7:30, and I try and leave work by 4:30, 5 o'clock, and usually try and go to the gym shortly after, and then come home and eat supper and watch a little TV or read and go to bed.
Okay, so you do have, you said it was 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
5 days a week that you are hitting the gym and being active, and then you come home and maybe have another hour or two of sedentary time?
Yeah.
Okay. And then in comparison, what does a weekend day look like?
A weekend day, I'm up, the kids get up around 7:30, so we get up, have breakfast, get to the gym, and first thing in the morning, and then come back and have lunch and spend the afternoon with the kids outside or in the house and just kind of playing around with the kids. And if the weather's nice, then we go outside and go for a walk.
Okay, so fairly active with your family.
Yeah, try to be. Yeah.
Excellent. Have you ever worked with a personal trainer before, Ryan?
No.
Okay. So far through your bodybuilding experiences, you have done self-taught?
Yeah, more or less, just kind of trying to work my way through it. And
okay, sounds good. Going forward, what would you like to see from me? You're wanting to, I'm guessing, have a program built for you. What kind of encouragement? Do you want one-on-one training sessions?
Yeah, some one-on-one training sessions would be good, and then a program that I can work through and follow on my own, and be able to check in with you periodically to make sure everything's working and making any changes if we need to.
Okay, so do you feel that you have the motivation historically or going forwards that you would stick to a plan that you were given?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty dedicated to improving my health right now, and the end goal is a bodybuilding competition, so just kind of keep that goal in mind and maintain a healthy, active lifestyle, pass on to my kids.
Okay, great. I guess if I were to ask you, how motivated are you from 1 to 10, 10 being the most motivated?
Yeah, I would say between 8 and 10.
Okay, so obviously there's days where that motivation lacks. I think that's with everybody.
Yeah.
You can't be motivated every day.
Yeah, for sure, but usually it's quite high.
Okay. When did you start to increase activity levels, or have you always been this active?
I've always been fairly active. I used to play sports when I was younger. I played hockey, basketball, football, soccer. I used to golf quite a bit. And then work, I was quite active at work, being out in the field, and bodybuilding's kind of become a new passion of mine that I've been working towards for a few years now.
Few years that you've been doing this form of physical activity?
Yep.
Are you interested in changing or adjusting your physical activity, or are you happy with where it's at and just looking for more specifics for that bodybuilding?
I think probably just more specifics. If we have to increase my cardio, I would understand that for sure. But I think I'm fairly active as is right now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more guidance would be good.
Excellent. Let me just have a glance here at my questions, make sure that I've got nothing else to touch base with you on. Got that. Is there something specific that motivates you? Obviously having that goal in mind helps, but things like seeing the physical changes or hearing compliments from people, what is the extrinsic or the external motivators for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like to see the changes in my body. It's kind of addicting, kind of like tattoos, and compliments are always nice, but also, you know, having two little girls, they look up to me, and I want to be able to show them and demonstrate how to live a healthy lifestyle so that they can emulate that and practice what I do as well.
Good. So I think that's a great motivator because those kids are always going to be there, and if they can look up to you, then that's something positive to work towards. I guess going forward, as I build a program for you, what preference of activities in the form of cardiovascular exercises would you rather run, walk, Stairmaster, or bike?
I find running pretty hard on my knees because of my weight right now. So I usually try and, like, the elliptical or the Stairmaster would be good.
Okay.
I find them lower impact.
And then have you done different groupings of muscle groups for workouts? So do you do like a chest and shoulder day or a just leg day or full body days?
That's kind of a mixture. Usually my legs are all by themselves, and then my other days I try and group a few muscle groups, similar muscle groups together, same actions kind of thing, push days or pull days. And
okay, so you've done a variety of different types of workouts.
Yep.
It won't seem strange to you probably when I come up with
Nope.
your program. So for now, Ryan, I think that's all that I really need from you. It's great to see that you have those motivators in place and you are already very highly active. It's just a matter of making some slight changes. And going forward, we're going to be doing an assessment in the next little bit. And then I'll ask you probably a couple more questions regarding the program just to make sure we're hitting the right goals and getting you to the right place.
Perfect.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay, so we went ahead and we did a couple more pieces of paper here. We've got the physical activity and sedentary behavior questionnaire that you did. This is going through basically exactly how much aerobic activity you have in a day plus strength activity. And just to go over your results. So your aerobic physical activity, you spend approximately 100 minutes per week doing moderate intensity to vigorous intensity aerobic activity. So when we look at the health benefit rating for that, that puts you in the area of fair. So already you identifying that you want to do more cardiovascular activity will hopefully already improve where we're going with that. Your muscular strength you've rated as excellent, being 5 days a week. And then you have perceived your aerobic fitness as being good. Again, hopefully we can make that a little bit better. We'll work towards very good as we improve your cardiovascular fitness. And then sedentary behavior, when we add it all together because of you being at a desk job, as well as some downtime at home, we put you at about 7 to 8 hours per day, and that does give you a health benefit rating of fair. Again, we can discuss this more of how we can improve that. Question 7 here was talking about how many minutes you go without or until you walk. So you mentioned at work you get up and try and walk around every hour, or in this case 30 to 45 minutes you are moving in some fashion. The more that we can increase that, the better your rating is going to be.
Right.
Or utilizing that standing desk some more.
Yeah.
Your stages of change questionnaire. This is to help me kind of decide where you are with your stage of change. Right now, you do participate in regular physical activity and you've done so for more than 6 months. So you are going forward and going to continue with that. And we don't have a lot of changes to make you more active, just the type of activity that you're doing.
Perfect.